On Times Now, Super Prime Time.
Joining us now, Padmaja Joshi, political analyst, leader of the Congress, Kamru Choudhury, political analyst, Kokul Chandran and Chris Blackburn. But my first question is to Kajol, who in fact is a resident of the area. Kajol, do these findings surprise you? What you just heard Charlotte Littlewood say, that this was not some spontaneous outcome of a fight over cricket, etc. This was something that was directed at a community and it had simmered far before the match even happened.
Yes, so I can definitely say that it's been around a lot earlier than the cricket match itself. Like you said, I'm living in Leicester. I've lived here for the last year. I've grown up nearby, and honestly, it's shocking to even think that this is what's happening in our areas. I can't speak for the research side of things because obviously I'm not a researcher in the way Charlotte is, but you know, certainly a small community within the wider Hindu community has been targeted. And, you know, they've been forced out of their homes, out of an area that they were calling their homes, and, vilified then when they tried to go back and get their homes back.
All right. So now first being attacked and then being vilified. Isn't that a shame, Kamru Choudhury? That for people, when they speak up and say that, listen, our houses are being broken into, our religion is being attacked, we call names, people in India turn around and say, oh, but you asked for it because you are Hindu extremists, you are Hindutva radicals, you are BJP RSS people. Kamru Choudhury.
Well, yeah, Padmaja, you know, it's very alarming, the reports that you are showing on television. But, you know, there is a wide difference. I was watching the UK channels. They are presenting a very absolutely different picture. Selectively bringing in people in your television, like you brought in the Conservative MP, Bob Blackman. He is known for his Islamophobic tweets. He is known for his hate towards a particular community in the Conservative Party. Now here the question comes in.
How are we? Okay, so first of all, you're talking of selectivity.
Hindu खतरे में है.
पर वो खतरे में है. उनको घर को तोड़ा गया है तो खतरे में है.
I'm coming to my logic that I want to place in front of you. Then you debate. Just you simply can't say that Hindu खतरे में है all across the world.
I am not saying all across the world. I am right now talking very specifically to the Hindu community in the UK,
now you need to
which is being targeted by a bunch of radical elements.
No,
and that has to be called out. If calling that out becomes Islamophobia,
there are radicals on both sides of the debate.
It is as ridiculous as saying that to say that 9/11 happened is to fan Islamophobia. Sir, it was an attack. It was carried out by a bunch of radicals. And you have to call it out.
Now, Padmaja, this is whataboutery. When you are talking about the UK, Leicester and Birmingham, then let us discuss about this.
Absolutely.
Because I have got my own friends in Birmingham, and they're telling me a different picture absolutely that is being projected here.
What are they telling you?
My logic that I request you honestly, I'll tell you 1 minute of your time, precious time. Let me just explain my logic to you.
Sir, first you tell me what are your friends telling you? You are saying this is selective.
Want to put out across right now.
UK media is telling a very different picture. Your friends are telling you a different picture. Tell me that picture. Yeah.
There are, first and foremost, the first point is radicals are there on both sides of the debate and they need to be condemned equally. There are instances where people from the Conservative Party have tried to push up this entire episode
Sir,
into
in this present episode of Leicester and Birmingham, tell
now,
me,
who benefits out of
what
this?
is the radical on the other side? Because so far, when I spoke to Charlotte's, she said that I have gone out looking for these Hindu radicals and I was sent on a wild goose chase because I didn't find a single one. Since you're talking about radicals on both sides, let me actually play out for you what the Conservative MP has said. And this is based on facts, sir, because 41 arrests have been made so far. Of these 41
No,
arrests.
I don't believe Bob Blackman's statement of any sort.
You don't believe his
Bob
statement?
Blackman is a Islamophobe.
Okay, he's an Islamophobe.
No, I
suppose
don't
even
believe, and
Kajol is an
I object
Islamophobe.
to his statement.
Okay, he's an Islamophobe. Is the police also an Islamophobe?
No, I don't subscribe to any other statement. They might be having, but the basic point out here, Hindu Khatre mein hai benefits.
Of the 40 plus people who have been arrested, 3 people have been sentenced. Those 3 people are Amos Narona, Adam Yusuf and Lukman Patel. And of these, Adam Yusuf has confessed to possessing a sharp weapon.
This disturbance in Leicester was happening over a period of few months. Now, who was the person?
Sir, what is this false equivalence? I am quoting to you. I am quoting first. It was about a cricket match. Now it is about both sides did it. Both sides. You have got guys saying, and I quote. You have a guy saying, we will repeat what we did to you in Kashmir in Leicester.
What role has the friends of overseas friends of
Leicester,
BJP
what we
UK
did to you in Kashmir? What is the both sides argument here? One guy goes out and says, we will repeat to you in Leicester what we did to you in Kashmir. Where is there any doubt that this was about no cricket match? Where did people get in Kashmir in a cricket match? Another guy says, and I quote, he is saying, sorry, another guy is saying, you want to make this about cricket match, you want to make this about, both sides are doing it. Let me quote to you what this gentleman is saying. All right, let me quote to you, sir. He says, what's happening in Leicester is a confrontation between Haq and Batil, between the worshippers of Rahman and the worshippers of the cow. People who are carrying out attacks are making no bones about why they're doing it. You're like, nahin, dono taraf se. Same. Both are to blame. Both hit each other. This is on both sides.
Now okay, will you let me explain?
Yes, go on.
Now you know something, coronavirus was exported from Wuhan, China. The same way the communal virus, whichever it is, either it is Hinduphobia or Islamophobia, somehow or the other exported from India.
Somehow.
Now what business did Sadhu Ridambara have to spew her venom in the
because I have to somehow blame the people who are getting beat up for their being beat up. So I will make a wild theory with no evidence or logic, but I will say somehow India is to blame for it.
Padmaja, I will sponsor your flight tickets in and out of London. I
have shown you 3 people who have been sentenced.
Please go there on the ground, get your facts correct.
What are your facts?
No,
I have gotten my facts, sir. I have gone and spoken to people who are in the UK. You are sitting in Kolkata, but you are hypothesizing based on what facts God alone knows. Tell me your facts. Tell me your facts. What fact do you have to counter this?
These are ground reports that I brought in here.
What I am giving you ground reports, sir. People who are present in the UK, in Leicester are speaking.
No, these are not ground reports.
These are not
biased reports.
How?
Whoever has issued the statement, you know, ISKCON India, ISKCON, you showed that flag being removed.
Okay, hold on a second. Chris Blackburn, let's have you intervene. Chris Blackburn,
Imam of a mosque was also standing there.
A politician here is sitting here and saying that this is only one-sided, this is biased. He has seen British media reports which seem to suggest the contrary. What is your reading, Chris Blackburn?
Well, thank you for having me, Padmaja. My narrative in the start, my timeline was that it did kick off because of the cricket. And that's just fact. It was on the 28th. There was a very bad-tempered tournament of the Asia Cup. We had Afghan hooligans would attack Pakistani fans, and then India won over Pakistan, and there was disturbances in Leicester. Now this is a very important point. Leicester has quite a history of this happening. In 2017, when Pakistan won, there was attacks in Belgrave Road. So it's quite a precedent. However, because there was this sort of community disharmony, Islamists, radicals got involved and caused absolute mayhem. I mean, there is absolutely no justification for what the Islamists did. The knife attacks on innocent Hindu homes in Leicester, there's absolutely no justification for that. However, I think a lot of the Islamists have been feeding totally false narratives about attacks on mosques, about kidnaps, just making stuff up to make sure that this was going to become a bigger flashpoint. And as we've already seen, it has already spilled out to Birmingham, and Hindus are really anxious. They are fearful because this whole narrative about Hinduphobia violence, which I've been making the argument for the last sort of year, that the byproduct of people campaigning against Modi, especially liberal journalists in the West, are mixing the two up.
Yeah.
And because they're doing that, the byproducts of that are going to be Hindus all around the world, the diaspora, who some of them don't even vote for the BJP.
Exactly.
So I think as we're heading towards the general election of 2024, I hope it won't happen, but I think there will be more attacks like this.
Absolutely.
And
So
if
there is the violence, Gokul Chandran, and subsequently there is a false narrative which is being fed, Kamru Choudhury, by a bunch of Islamists, why are you amplifying it? Time and again, you've had none less than the UK police. The Leicester police has gone out and contradicted people like Muhammad Hijab, who are saying things like, an incident has taken place this morning not far from a college in Leicester. A Muslim teenager was approached by 3 men. She ran away into the school. Police comes back and says, a full investigation has been carried out. Following extensive inquiries, we have established that the incident did not take place and no offense was committed. Then this man goes out and tries to say, oh, a mosque has been attacked by Hindus. Leicester police comes out and says, we've seen reports on social media of a mosque being attacked. Officers on the ground have confirmed this is not true. And this is just a small example. They try and create this fake narrative of equivalence. You go and amplify it. Why?
Yeah, good evening, Padmaja.
Gokul Chandran.
Yeah, good evening, Padmaja. See, the third part is that last time we debated on the same subject, and I told that people are being divided as Hindus, Muslims, and not as Indians. Even now, in your
But
show,
these are not Indian people who are attacking. Sir, these are not Indians. See, that's the problem. You try and give it a spin which is not there. This is a bunch of radicals. The people I'm quoting to you right now, one of them is a Syrian. Some of them are Turkish. They are not Indian Muslims. They are just plain Islamist radicals, period. Why are you making this into a divisive issue between Indians?
Padmaja, you can make a 30-minute video and you can play it for yourself, because you are only making the point right from the beginning.
But sir, you are giving it a wrong direction, and that is dangerous for us. This is not about Indian Muslims or Indian Hindus. This is about Hindu community being attacked by Islamist radicals because they are radicals.
You make a video, Padmaja. You make a video and play it. Why call us for?
But I have to correct you on facts. I cannot let wrong facts go on my show. Why are you bringing Indian Muslims into it?
Listen, Padmaja.
Okay,
have
go
some sense before listening. In your show, a lady, Ms. Kachal, who has appeared in your show, has been shown not as Indian living in UK. She has shown as a Hindu youth of UK. That is the level of...
Of course, she is a Hindu living in UK.
She's an Indian living in UK. She's an Indian living in UK.
But she doesn't cease to be Hindu. I mean, what are you going on about?
Yeah, Padmaja, that's where the difference comes from. You debate people as Hindu, Muslims, not as Indian. You never.
But they are being attacked because they are Hindus. The message is they are not being attacked because they are Indians. They are being, sir, they are being attacked because of their religious identity. And it is not me saying it, it's Bob Blackman saying it, it's Kajol saying it, it's the people who are attacking saying it.
Wrong and wrong. Don't repeat the lies, because you are wrong.
No, I'm not. Let me read out to you. Okay, if you are in denial, sir, why are these attacks taking place? All right, these attacks are taking place when a person who goes in, who's going and attacking in Leicester says, "I'm glad. Find them and chop them up." That's the only way they are going to learn. These extremist Hindus are taking the piss. They are not attacking them because they are Indians. They are being attacked because of their religious identity.
Yeah, listen. Padmaja, first of all, you don't prettily lie that all Hindus are attacked. No, Hindus are not being attacked in UK. Listen, I know you will be excited to hear this. Hindus are not being attacked in UK. My friends are living in UK. My classmates who studied with me, 3 people are there in UK. They have testified. Maybe I will call you and you can have an interview with them. The real people. The Hindus are, the Hindutva forces, the guys who intimidated people, the guys who carried out a protest, who spoke against the Muslims, the Islam, they are being attacked. So who brought us to this situation? Who brought poor Indians to this situation?
On your limited point of only how BJP, RSS people and Hindutva people are being attacked, I think Kajol is better placed to answer that. Kajol, go on. Hindutva, BJP, RSS people are being attacked because Gokul Chandran has friends there who have told him that.
As an Indian or a Hindu youth?
Well, she is...
Go on. Firstly, I'd like to say I find it hilarious that men are trying to tell me what my identity should be. Secondly, individuals who can't differentiate between London and Leicester are trying to tell me that Hindus in Britain are not being attacked. When I'm telling you right now, I'm sat in Leicester, I have Hindu symbols on my car, and me and my friends are worried of going out in the streets with those cars at night because that's what's happening to people here. So that is laughable. Secondly, you don't even have the facts. So yes, the cricket match did rile this up further, but I'll go back to the same point. This was a small group within the Hindu community that was targeted and attacked because they were living in a majority Muslim area. Again, majority Muslim area, not a Muslim area, because this is the UK, and the UK means you can go where you want to. There are no areas restricted to anyone else. But they were being targeted for months on end. And the cricket match and the false news only made this worse. These individuals continue to be attacked. So I invite you, if you can find where Leicester is and find it different from London, because you've just talked about London and Leicester as the same thing, then please come and see her and see what happens to you. Because I'm telling you what's happened because I've spoken to these people. And as far as me identifying myself as Hindu, yes, I am Hindu. Because to this debate, it's not about Indians.
When I say that she needs to be identified as the Indian, she's questioning me. Who am I to question her identity? Because she wants to be identified as a Hindu youth, not as an Indian.
Because
so
in this discussion,
is also very much evident. One, for a lady who doesn't want to be identified as an Indian living in UK, but rather she wants to be identified as a Hindu youth. Look at the radicalization that has happened in her mind.
Of course, because people here are not being attacked for being Indian.
For each and every Indian living in UK and Europe. Tomorrow, I suggest that when people apply for visa, they should take undertaking, the UK government or the Europe government should take undertaking that they are not affiliated to RSS or they don't have anything to do with BJP. Only then they should be given a visa.
Oh,
otherwise,
Lord.
what will happen is,
please let Kajol answer that. Sir, I mean, this is ridiculous what you are saying, Gokul Chandran. You know that. You know that, right? First of all, to brand anyone who is speaking up for their religion as an agent of the BJP and the RSS is laughable, one. And two, even if they are, which I'm saying, let me say, hypothetically speaking, if we are to go in the direction of your argument, these are not proscribed organizations, and being a member of these organizations is not a license to attack people. What are you saying? You are literally making it open season saying, people who are Hindu living in the UK have to first give a declaration they are not associated with the RSS or the BJP, else they should not be given citizenship, they should not be allowed to live there. Who has made this law? Point number one. Point number two, these are ordinary people, and I have quoted to you multiple examples. There is a journalist who is sitting here on the panel who is saying that this is about a bunch of radicals who are attacking Hindus for their religious identity. It has got nothing to do with the BJP RSS. That's what Charlotte has made very clear. She has gone and spoken to people there. Yet you persist in explaining.
The Hindu radicals doesn't exist in UK. Let him answer.
Yeah.
The Hindu radicals doesn't exist in UK. There are no Hindu radicals.
But in the present case, there is no element of Hindu radicalism, sir. Name me one example. Okay, let me ask you. Chris Blackburn, okay, radicals exist everywhere. But in the present case, have you found instances or cases of Hindu radicals? Chris Blackburn.
Yeah, I think the fact that a lot of these groups made up in the media, I think it was 5 pillars made up that it was the all RSS and BJP sort of hoodlums. Even the Guardian has shown that their investigations that these people weren't. They were just basically Hindu boys, Hindu lads from Leicester, standing up for their community. But I think what we're missing here is why was this false narrative started? Why did Liberals pick it up in the UK? And I've been talking to journalists, Indian journalists across the world. Some in New York were saying, well, we've been trying to make the difference between Hindutva and Hinduism, but the Islamists don't understand that, and they will use any excuse to attack Hindus. And we saw that in Leicester. They went into the streets, and those people had nothing to do with the cricket. Those people who were in their homes celebrating Hindu festivals, they had nothing to do with the lads that had anything to do with the cricket. And I think this is the sort of...
I mean, there's a bunch of people who are absolutely clear about why they are going out attacking Hindus. But the irony is that here we are sitting in India trying to rationalize their behavior and give them excuses to attack. Oh, they must have attacked because these are RSS people. They must have attacked because these are Hindu radicals and it was a both side thing. They must have attacked because these are Hindutva goons. Why, Majid Hydari? I mean, some of these messages exchanged are so disgusting. I can't even put them on TV. Leave alone a cricket match. They are attacking, saying things about their families, saying, oh, let's go into their houses and do this to their mothers. Disgusting. And we are sitting here rationalizing it and saying, this is because of Hindutva. Majid Hydari.
Because I'm really feeling pained that the London dreams have flopped again. Last time it was a movie, this time it's Newshour Agenda, which has flopped right inside London. See, we have been seeing some clips on your channel only that some quote-unquote Islamists are promoting violence, are inciting violence, are threatening the Hindutva people there. But let me tell you, we have seen similar scenes in that propaganda movie, the Kashmir Files. So who knows if the likes of Vivek Agnihotri or the likes of Anupam Kher have sponsored some people, hired some artists in England and are trying to use them to create that kind of Islamophobia there. I mean, there is some element of mischief there, and it can be only clarified once we have a kind of an inquiry. Because what we know about these Hindutva protesters is that they have been funding Islamophobia right inside my country.
Okay, this is really quite a... This is, I think we have just dug to the bottom of the barrel, and now in terms of excuses and rationalizing, we have reached the bottom of the barrel. The facts are out there. You are thinking of Vivek Agnihotri or somebody funding people to create mischief, then I wonder whether he's also influencing the UK police to arrest 43 people and sentence at least 3 of them at last count. And finally, I thank all of you, and I leave you at the end of this debate with what Bob Blackburn told us about the people who've been arrested and sentenced so far, and I think it's pretty conclusively lays to rest this whole "it came from both sides" argument. Listen.